that team, it went like this coaching wise. Like Harney was the coach, okay. Then it was Wilson. We all had ultimate strip for Wilson, and we had other assistants. But that third coaching, and that it was me. I would. But it was also good for you. Like I thought sometimes that I would fight, like when it's hard as a player to speak back because coaches get into people. I always thought I had everybody's back too, and I think that reads me. If a coach got all out crazy, I'd be like, I didn't mind speaking up.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, it was all for you. I felt what was so tough is, and I when I coach, I thought going from junior college to especially defensively, structurally, help to help. It just all that stuff is so, because that's where, like I said, I had great players coaching, and Ju goes up and down. Your teams are always changing, and I know like Smelk's. I've gotten a lot more into JUCO since Smelked over there, and I know like Brian Johnson's coaching a lot better. But it's tough just going from that environment into this environment. Just defensively, it's just such another level help to help, and then you came into a loaded gun, man. I mean, we were just rocking. We were ready. So it was like, hey, you got to pick it up real fast. Because, I mean, look at like everybody. Like we had Devin. Devin was like a stud. We had James Davenport. James, like those are two guys I remember just being like, we got to get recruiting. James shot like 46% from three. Hutch was a defensively. Mikey Fitzpatrick. I mean, oh my God, I still think Mikey's the most talented guy that we had. That's four guys, and then that's not even naming the rest of them. So you got to just play with those four, just try to get some minutes. It was tough. And then Christian, having a guy like Christian, oh my God, that was fun. Just throwing up. Okay. So what he did was similar. So I'll be honest with you. After my freshman year, I got every year. I got like. Even one of my seniors, I had schools like basically like D1s come and holler at me about transferring. But I was always like, by that I had a taste of winning. I wanted to win a national championship, and I'm like, why am I going to leave? I love everything about where I'm here. I'm not going to go NBA. This is like perfect for me. I have the setup. I love my coaches, I love my friends, I have my family, I have everything. This is just like where I want to be. I think Christian went the other way where like. Because you do, everybody's got people in your ears. And after his freshman year, he had a great year. And it was like, hey, why don't you go? But yeah, if he would have came back, man, he would have been. I mean, you guys were so loaded because that next year, like a lot of the guys took the next step. And that's what, like, the coolest thing I'll say is the three classes after me all went to the NCAA tournament. So after I left, like, that's my legacy. Like, I left. Yeah. The dudes that I recruited to come in, like, they all had great careers and they all like went to NCAA tournament. So that's I'm just as proud of. But yeah, I mean, my senior year, I mean, you were on that team. Well, think about how much we switched that lineup that year. Like, so many different dudes played, and dude, so it's funny. Like, I watched a game, like, you would come in. I still laugh. Like, in NCAA, you had a good NCAA tournament, man. You came off, yeah. Like you got some big buckets in those. Like yeah, you got, and it's kind of like I was saying about my freshman year. As the year goes on, you get more comfortable. You start figuring stuff out, and then you got your role. And by NCAA tournament time, yeah, you were balling. Dude, see, in D3, I still say playing back to back is so tough. Like you played back to backs, and we played and just no Middlebury beat us. There's no disrespect. I did get my revenge as a coach on them though, at Stevenson. My boys won one for me. But we played that Buffalo State game. We played the night before in the Sweet 16 that we beat them. That was a track meet. Like that was just, and we were winning at halftime that last game, and I just remember being like, I could just feel the legs. That's no excuse. We still should have won. They beat us. But I mean, I remember being at halftime being like, fuck, I'm tired. Bro, I wasn't gonna that, and it still kills me because I'm always like, man, I really think like that was definitely our best team my senior year, just because the collection of talent. Like we lost Tay, who was one of the best players in the country, but then like all the. And Christian helped. We got a guy like Christian, but then like everybody got better. Then you came in, and I don't think like like all those guys from freshmen to sophomore, juniors, and it was just we were loaded. But like I said, NCAA tournament. I mean, how often does the best team actually win it? There's a really dominant team like Kentucky that one year or whatever. But a lot of times it's just if you were to play the NCAA tournament over and over again, I think a different team would win most of the time. So, but I got no regrets, man. Like I said, my career, I think, I can't look at many people and be like, that person had a better career than me. I don't care, like D1, D, like I think about it. I could have gone to like a D1 and what I mean, I don't know, had a decent career and maybe gone, but like I loved my school, I loved what I did. I got my accolades. I don't think many people I can be like, yeah, they had a better experience. They maximized it. They had a better experience than I did. You know what I'm saying? So I am really comfortable with everything, my decision and everything I did in my career. So even though we didn't win a national championship, I'm still at peace. Well, I always felt like I loved taking the last shot of the game. That's the one point where I'd be like, man, I can shoot. I don't know what it is. I've always loved that moment. And that game, yeah, I hit it. And then Harney called timeout, and then I was like, I was pissed. And he goes to timeout, but I was even more pissed because then he's like, yeah, we're gonna use Franz as a decoy in this play. The original play was gonna be for Mikey. Yeah. And because they're all gonna go, and I was like, and Mikey would have hit the shot probably, but I was like, look, sure. Everybody on the team's like, nah, this ball. So we walk out on the court, and Sam was taking the ball out, and I was like, Sam, you better pass me the fucking ball. And he was like, oh yeah. So when I came off, it was a pick and play. I came off. The dude stayed connected with me, man. He was all up in me, and I caught it. And that's why I had a jab to get out, and I just flung it. And oh man, that was such a pretty shot. All I remember is the ball going in the net, and it kills. Then you guys all rushed me. Therm. So I got that game tape right. Therm messed up the last 30 seconds of the game, so I don't get to see any of that. Like it's the whole game. In the last 30 seconds, Therm messed it up. So this play where I'm like, yo, like I'm telling you, like yeah, that was the craziest. I literally had a game winner back to back time. I remember being like, damn, this is some crazy shit. Like my junior year, the year before you got there. So we won the conference championship my freshman year, and like I said, we won the regular season conference championship my sophomore year. And I actually hit a game winning shot in the regular season, but we lost in the tournament. So then the tournament, we're playing Wesley. And you know how our games with Wesley were. For people who are out there, like Wesley was just up and down. They're just ballers, man. And we were up 20 and they came back. And I think we're up they went up 1 with 30 seconds left. And the place is everybody's freaking out because it's oh crap, we just blew a 20-point lead. And I just remember being all right, cool, I got this. So it came down. I literally just took it to the hole right off the bat, scored, and then everybody got real excited. And then they came down, and this is the craziest play. So the guy swings it, and I tip it, and it goes off. The referee's standing in bounds. It goes off the referee's face, and then it ricochets into my hands as I'm still going. And I just chased down and scored the game sealing, because we got 1 and with only a few seconds left. I go down there and just make a layup, and then it's over. We win the championship. They rush the floor, and I just remember being wow, that was that was the craziest. First of all, the referee shouldn't be in bounds. First, the ricochet, just going into. I remember being yo, I'm going to dunk this. Internally, it felt like an error because internally I was I'm going to dunk this, but then I'm if I miss this, and we win, and we somehow lose this championship, that would kill me. So I got because I had this look in my face. I remember them being yeah, he's gonna, and then just laying it up, and man, that was just that was great. And then because we're at home, and then the parties afterwards and all that. That was great times. But that was probably my favorite moment. But there's so many, man. Like, I had a storybook career at St. Mary's. I just, like I said, I can't. I don't think there's many people that can be like, man, they had a better career. I nailed my choice in college. I'll just say that. I'm definitely not the best anymore. I'll tell you, after college, I had a good like couple of years after college, but now the parent life, man, I don't know. I was playing before all this COVID like 3 times a week, but man, yeah, it definitely wasn't like it used to be. But nah, like I said, everything just we had such a good team, and the legacy and the guys that like who came after in the legacy, they have like Devin. Like Devin's a hell of a player. James is a hell of a player. Camonte. I mean, no D1 around here. This is last year. No D1 would play us my sophomore, junior, or senior year. Like the only one that played us was our Citadel. Remember we went down there and I was pissed because I had my eye had been snitched up and we went out there and we lost by like 3, but I gave them like 25. I dominated that game. And after that game, it was Chuck Trizell's son. He was like, he's like, you're the best player on the court. Like I balled out. So that was important because I was like, okay. So if anyone ever said anything about like D1, I just gave these guys at the Citadel. I think I scored more points on than anybody else in the besides Steph Curry had that year, and like we lost by like 3 on one night of rest, and my eye wasn't even open. I had 15 stitches in my eye. So
fight that game. Them fans.
Oh, they were crazy.
Really crazy.
Bro, but they couldn't stop me, man.
You was killing that.
I remember being like, and like the all-time leading scorer. I remember being like, yeah, it's one of those games where I was like, yeah, these dudes. But like I said, we just had so many. Nobody would play us. It was like we played Bowie State and we crushed them. And then unfortunately, the Bowie State, I think what happened was the Bowie State coach ended up getting fired, and I don't think nobody wanted to play us after that because Harney, they thought our coach was going to go for their job, and none of those coaches are there anymore at their programs. There's a reason why. I mean, I think the only one who was any good was Morgan State. You know, so we would have spanked any of those, my friend, without a doubt.
I honestly think that like you would have had to have the University of Maryland to play us that year. To even be, I'm not even joking. Like Mount St. Mary's, I knew we would have beat them. Like Loyola, I know we would have got it.
Smack them. Because we had the size. Think about our size. That's the only thing you can say about. Yeah, like there's no at that level. You sometimes worry about the size, but we were 6'9" and 6'9", and then we had a 6'6", 3, and then look. Nobody at those schools. Like I said, my senior year, none of those local schools. We would have done them in. Devin, oh my God, we would have been dangerous. So
it's safe to say that the answer to the question is your senior year was the best team.
Yeah. Senior year was the best team.
I told you, Brendan. I told all of y'all that the best team was Franz's senior year. Told y'all.
Oh, without doubt. Those guys like to look at the teams we played. If you look at that, and like I said, my junior team was loaded. Like but the senior team we just were so deep and all that. We had so much talent and all that. But and that's saying something because Tay is
remarkable.
The most talented, most talented guy I played with. He could he scored 50 points in a game. Do you understand? Like. He scored 50 points in a game, which I never thought I'd seen in his life. So to be able to see somebody like that, who I think was probably the best scorer in the country, and be like, I played with 2 years and still say my senior year team was better. That's how much depth and how much better we had gotten. And like I said, we beat like 3 top 10 teams that year. One was like number 1, and we blew them out. We blew them out. We just, nobody. No offense to Brendan. But I know what team he's talking about. They were
great too.
Yeah, they were good, and that's why I don't want to disagree. But no, they would have. We would have got in that ass.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean our size. They didn't have the size we did. But like I said, they still made a hell of a run, and I'm proud of them because that's really the last. So Brendan was a senior, I think, that year, right? So that was the last class of my dudes. After that, so those 3 years, all those teams made the NCAA tournament. Then after that, I think we have NCAA tournament since then. I don't know how to get them back, but I'm just as proud as that. That like recruiting wise, bro. Yeah, you came down to St. Mary's and we wanted you. Like, and I remember like we got to get Devin, we got to get James. Oh my God, I don't know how we got Christian.